So I've been pursuing filmmaking for the better part of like 5 years now. And when I say pursuing that, I mean like about 5 years ago, I had the idea of like what I wanted to do with my life. It was one of those things where I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life for a long time. I graduated high school and I was like, yeah, I don't know. And one day it dawned on me that I've always been in a way pursuing film. From like a very early age, I was like, ooh, I like taking photos of things. And I had a camera since I was like 13 years old. So I always took pictures of things, I always made little videos, but it never like truly dawned on me to like become a filmmaker. I always thought it was, impossible to get. I always thought filmmaking was, or movies were California or New York or something else. But it was about 5 years ago where I was like, yo, this is what I want to do with my life. I've always been watching movies and just kind of like studying them in a way. So about 2 years ago, I joined a program at a local college called the Film and Digital Media Center at Clayton State University. And I got to become friends with a lot of good people there. I learned some more like name things. Like I knew what a C stand was, but I didn't know, it was a 2x or 4x solid was a big old flag, used to block light, or, the scrims and the lights, or the other flags that you use on C stands, or stuff like that, little modifiers. I learned more about that. One of the next things I'll be talking about is Pretty Dead Things. It's a film written and directed by my buddy Michael. He asked me to DP it, which was the first time I had officially done something in that sense, like a DP, director of photography, which was really exciting and both terrifying for me. But I think when it's the first time you do anything, you kind of have that feeling. So to me, it was good. But since then, I've DP'd about 4 other short films, and I want to move forward in becoming a director because that's always been the end goal for me, is to direct. When I quit my job about 4 years ago to try and just pursue anything filmmaking, my manager was like, "Why are you leaving?" And I was just like, if I stayed here, I'd probably be okay. I was getting paid decent money and benefits are great. But if I didn't pursue filmmaking in any degree, I think I would hate myself in 20 years. So I've seen plenty of guys at, 40, 45 years old, and they hate themselves because life just kind of got away from them and they didn't pursue anything that they wanted to do with their life. So I didn't want to be that guy. And gals, that, apply to you too. So blanking now. One of the biggest things I want to use YouTube for is to make content where people can see what I'm making and my friends can see what I'm doing. This is really what I'm making it for, is just actually my friends. And in a couple of years from now, I'd like to go back and see like the stuff that I made, the stuff that I was using. Or like when I say using, is like my philosophy of things. Like what was my favorite focal length at that time? What was, my favorite way of shooting something? What was a color palette that I was into? Or what was the way I like to do things or see things? I don't know. Like those are the kind of things I want to go back when life has changed the way I see things, and I want to see like how that reflected on the way I make films. Like one of the biggest things right now is my favorite lens is my Mamiya 645 lens. I love this 80 millimeter f1.9. Watched a really good video from the media division on Mamiya 645 lenses, and I took a gamble, bought that lens because I love it, or loved the idea of it. Also, I love the 85 millimeter focal length. So when I got that one, I was really, really happy with it. And whenever I can, I shoot with it. So this video is going to be all over the place. I'm kind of sorry about it, but not really, because I like that kind of like unorganized, organized feeling. So I'm going to put this together, and it's not going to be perfect, but it needs to be done because I need to continue doing these and getting better at doing it. So pretty soon I'll be making a short film, hopefully by myself, because I'm quarantined. I'm going to be quarantined and unemployed soon because COVID-19. So I'm going to try and shoot something by myself. I have an idea. I'm going to keep it short and obviously very minimal. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Peace.